We live on the producer show here. Justin, I had no idea it was 3 years since I shared my own He Too story.
I
didn't
saw
know.
that today. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good
I didn't know.
account.
I didn't know if it was. I love that account. First of all, that is a great account. The volume of the account's tweets are it's beautifully done.
We're talking
Everything
about
about it.
KMS historian.
Yeah, if you're not following that account, go follow it because all the greatest moments that have ever happened in show history. Not that this one was, but I didn't know 3 years. It's. I hope that some people were listening that day, and we helped just one person. That's all you can ask for, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and also on the topic of the KMS history account, kind of ties into today and yesterday. It's the 3-year anniversary of Barstool Idol, and
right.
and Clemmer being on Barstool Idol. So
Yeah, that was those moments were unbelievable. The transition from Chris Clemmer, the third chair every now and then into that was just such a wild fucking time, and it was like such a roller coaster with Clemmer in terms of like you love him when he's part of the show, then all of a sudden you're fucking furious at him. He ditches you for a Celtics game or whatever. It was a roller coaster for sure.
yeah, it was quite some time.
So let's just get right into it. Last night, the dozen.
Last night, moving on to the finals.
Huge moment. Saw a ton of people. That moment where what do you say? I'm coming home.
I'm coming home.
That was an unbelievable moment. Great matchup to watch. Questions still, I'm gonna say Jeff D'Lo has done a good job. I think some difficult questions, if you're asking me personally.
Yeah, but I think like if you compare it, I think he said before that he tries to do like the live. I don't know if he does the finals like this, but he's always tried to do like the live dozen things a little bit easier to get more, not easier answers, but just like. So there's more. So it's not like a slugfest,
right?
But yeah, I think the questions were difficult, but it's the semifinals. I mean, you got to step up the difficulty at some point.
In terms of all the things that we have witnessed, speaking of Chris Clemmer, was last night like one of the defining moments of with all the pressure in the world. Kirk starts the game off basically saying it's Chris Clemmer day. It's all or nothing for Clemmer. He rose to the occasion and then some, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I mean, Kirk was saying on the Unnamed show, he's like, today it's up to Clemmer. Like he missed a baseball question. They lost the game against the Booze Ponies to clinch it. He's like, this is all on Clemmer. He brought him in, just get baseball right. And he not only got their question right, he also got the steal, which kind of sealed the deal against the Yak, which just put it like over the top. No way they're coming back from it. Great Clemmer performance yesterday, kind of like solidified his spot in Team Minifan history. Is Clemmer like? I know Robbie's been excellent. He's been like, I think, which another crazy stat that they said yesterday is I believe they went 15 for 15 on the celebrity mashup. Which, if you remember, that was just like a throwaway point and pretty much pray that the other team never gets it. I'm surprised like how many celebrities these people, like whether it be like Fran or Gia, like they just know every single, and they're just able to figure it out. And Robbie's one of those people where it's just it's a lock every single time.
Those were even tougher. Like who's the one? I don't know if it was it the match before? It was like Mandy Moore was one of them. I forget.
Yes.
But it was like they even did those effectively. So yeah, Robbie, he fits in perfectly. I think Kirk said that as he was building the team in advance. He was kind of like everybody complements each other, and last night was the perfect display of that.
I think honestly, if you were to put together like how they do like Patriots like 50th anniversary teams, or if you were to put a Team Minifan 5th anniversary team, I think it's the team you have right now. I think it's honestly Kirk obviously is in there. It's his team, and then who would you put anyone?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of the other moments where somebody really stepped up. Didn't Quiggs have a couple moments?
Quiggs had a couple moments. Yeah. Steve Robinson had a couple moments with like Thor, Dark World and stuff like that.
Right.
And then there was what's that song from Ted where the guy's dancing? I think we're alone now. I think.
Okay. Yeah.
I think there was a big moment pop for that, but I think like consistently like Clemmer and Robbie have been the best teammates for Kirk so far this year. So I put it in the description. I looked earlier this morning. There's still, I believe, 12 box seats available for next Thursday, 7:30 in Boston at the House of Blues. And then there's like, it doesn't say how many tickets are available with the standing room, general admission, but they're only like $35.
If you haven't, I mean, I can't. Obviously, it's been to Boston before, so a lot of Minifans got an opportunity. That's, by the way, the first time we met Cinema was at a Dozen live show. If you haven't been to one of these, I think I said this too last week. It was kind of like the basketball game. You want to be a part of these kind of special moments when you get the chance to. So if you can make it happen, if you can afford it, if your life allows you to get away, these are the atmosphere at the Dozen live shows are unbelievable. They're unbelievable. The crowd goes fucking apeshit. And so I would absolutely, if you are a Minifan and you're able to pull it off, that's a place you want to be next week for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Like Kirk said, like he thinks it's good. He thinks the Minifans are going to show up, and obviously, it's the hometown. But there are like the team they're playing is also from like, but obviously they're not like as prevalent in Boston. But like Feidelberg, Dana Beers, obviously Dave has a big Boston presence. So like if you like Minifans like got to like step it up, and because if you remember the finals 2 years ago in Chicago, it was the complete opposite. It was nothing but booze. They could barely hear the questions. I mean, it was great. Kirk thrived in it, but I'm looking forward to seeing a different approach to the Dozen this year. So so the link's in the description. We've tweeted it out a couple times.
Could this be the perfect setup too? Like I like the rematch aspect with the Booze Ponies. That's first and foremost. And then, I'm not going to predict the winner of the next match, but then you got a potential match with Brandon Walker in the championship. So this sets up, to me, it sets up perfectly.
Yeah, honestly, if I was Kirk, I would prefer to take on Brandon Walker in the finals because he seems like I feel like Brandon Walker and the experts are in the finals every year. They get to the finals, so they're beating whoever is in the semifinals.
Right.
But yeah, if I were to predict the Booze Ponies, it's a close game. Those guys are good, and like when they're like on fire, they're on fire. But I think there's something special with Team Minahan this year.
Yeah,
and I think they finally get over that Booze Ponies hump.
Speaking of special, and I don't know if this is underrated or not. I didn't see too many tweets about it, but you think the music question is also a Robbie play as well? He's very quick, even with the lyrics last week or the other day. He was very quick with it. The fact that Clemmer was the one who busted out that answer to Fastball the Way, that song, if you remember that song, and that was not a Robbie poll. That was like I said, I don't know if it's underrated or not. For me, I was like, holy shit. Like,
it was Clemmer's best performance.
Clemmer.
I think it was Clemmer's best performance in the history. I want to say
his involvement with the Kirk Minahan show
in KMS history. I'm not even trying to like do like hyperbole.
Well,
here.
That's like his best positive moment. His best moment in KMS show history by a mile is when he got kicked out of backstage of the Wilbur. That is in my top. That might be top 3 moments in terms of when I've been involved with the show. I don't think I've ever been happier than that moment, ever.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think this is like really up there.
Yeah, it was a good performance all around.
It was a fantastic performance. Clemmer Day, move over Juneteenth.
Yep, you forgot that yesterday.
We did forget about that.
Yep.
Yesterday. So dozen on Thursday.
Yep.
If you can go.
And forward thinking, if you can go or you are going from a planning perspective, can't say anything but get there early. Is that kind of a fair assumption?
There might be something.
There might be something going on. So get there early.
So. Right. Yeah, that's that. Speaking, so we obviously forgot about Juneteenth yesterday. Big deal. The newest federal holiday.
Right.
And did you see what Trump posted on Truth Social yesterday about Juneteenth?
I don't think I did. What did he tweet?
Too many non-working holidays in America. It is costing our country billions of dollars to keep all these businesses closed. The workers don't want it either, which is kind of interesting. It's like I don't know if he's talking to like some steel worker or something like that, and they get the day off, and he's like, actually, I kind of want it off. I want to work. Soon we'll end up having a holiday for every once working day of the year. It must change if we are going to make America great again.
Yeah, there's got to be another holiday that he could have chose to put that out there. I feel like I can't. It's not coming out, and it's not.
Well, I'd say it's the newest. It's the newest holiday, and people it's kind of controversial about the way it came up, and Biden administration did it in like response to the George Floyd protests. And people don't like it. My only problem with it is I feel like we should not have a holiday on a random holiday. Like Thanksgiving, I get is on a Thursday. If the 4th of July falls on a Thursday, it's fine. It's the 4th of July. But like, can we kind of push it? Can we make it one of those holidays where we celebrate it on a Monday?
Yeah.
Like
I understand. Yeah, but you can't change the date, right? The date's a special date. So
I guess, but also like, why do we celebrate like MLK Jr.'s? It's literally like Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday is the holiday, but we push it to a Monday every single year.
No, you're right.
George Washington's birthday or President's Day we push it to a Monday every year. So like, can we just push it to a Monday or a Friday?
Yeah.
Because like having like a Thursday is just so, it's just strange because it like beats up. And thankfully, like obviously the kids are out of school now, and your kids are out of school now, right?
Yes, right. Mikey Grabbags in the comments says that Justin is just parroting Bubba's Facebook complaints about Juneteenth right
now. Oh no! I don't think Bubba's had any. He's too busy hooked scrolling away, looking at this AI bullshit. That's brain rotting him away. Can you imagine like if there was a holiday and just, I don't know, it's probably stupid.
Yeah.
Saying like you have Thursday off.
There's probably some, to your point, there's probably some public schools that took, I don't know, that their last day might be Friday. I could be wrong about that. I don't know.
Yeah, I highly doubt that. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal, obviously, majority of the ones I know, but yeah. So I don't know. You can fight that battle. I think from the Trump perspective,
I'm gonna fight that battle. I'm gonna fight that battle. I'm like push it to like some days it's gonna fall on a Friday, some days it's gonna fall on a Monday. Like it's gonna. So if it falls on like a Sunday,
right?
Like that stinks. Like that might be the worst.
Right.
But so I don't know if you have anything else to say on Juneteenth.
No, I don't.
Before we circle back to the dozen.
I don't know if I agree with you on it, but I did see like every community buys into Juneteenth now. Like in Walpole, we had a huge event in the center of town and stuff like that. So it does make sense that people have the day off.
Oh, it is like an important day, and like,
right.
I do agree with that. But no, people. I just feel like it should just be kind of pushed to Friday. Give the people a long weekend.
You made a compelling argument. I'll tell that.
Because then also like want to know what it does when it's on Thursday. Then people take Friday off. Now they have a 4-day weekend, and this is the whole thing. True. So anyway, to circle back to the dozen, real quick. I meant to ask you this yesterday for today's show, but like a silly goose, I forgot. So obviously, there are like niche categories. You know, Oscar winners, Freddie Couples. Something like that. I was going to ask you what your niche categories would be if you were a member of a dozen team.
So first things first, it wouldn't apply to me because I just don't have the brain power to remember all the things.
Gun to your head.
I know. But it would be like, I would suck. Like I would get my niche category wrong, whether I like it or not. I would say, it's a great question. It would be something almost like 2000s pop related, like something TRL-ish, maybe like MTV Movie Awards. Like those are the things that I remember best.
Okay.
Singer, I always say like Garth Brooks is my favorite singer, but I think the questions would be so hard that I would be too nervous to put that out there. So I would probably say 2000s pop or something along those
2000s
lines.
pop. Okay.
Yeah.
So mine would be.
Okay, go ahead.
So mine would be. But before I ask you the questions of what I made some niche categories for you.
Okay.
Mine would be the Nintendo GameCube. I'm a big GameCube guy. The Xbox 360. That was later on in my life, but I was those were my prime days of gaming in high school. And Taylor Swift. So those would be my three.
Yeah, but I feel like there's so much. Yeah, like Taylor Swift, it would
be Taylor Swift minus debut. But that's. I
just feel like Jeff has so much to work with. Like, same thing. Like I know Kirk remembers everything. Like Bruce Springsteen, so much to work with. It's remarkable that he can remember all that shit.
It's crazy because they'll ask him like for like the 7th track on some album that was like barely released, and he'll get it. It's insane. So I came up with actually 4 categories.
Kevin from Bristol says calling a niche category Karen Reed. Maybe not the worst. I know some details there, but go ahead.
We'll get to her. I mean,
was that the punchline for you too? Was that one of my niche categories?
No, it was not. It was not. So I actually put. This is only stuff like that you've talked about on the show, so I could be completely off on this.
Okay.
Meg Ryan. Meg Ryan movies.
Yeah, no, unless it was like specific to You've Got Mail, which is the number 1 rom-com of all time. Yep.
Would you like to hear the question I wrote?
Yeah, give me the question.
This 1994 rom-com starring Tim Robbins features Meg Ryan playing the role of Albert Einstein's niece.
Fuck. Say it. Tell me it. I don't know it.
It's IQ.
IQ. Yeah, I did see IQ. Okay, never mind.
IQ.
But for some reason, I'm thinking of Tim Robbins in a rom-com. He's probably not in too many rom-coms. I wouldn't think so. Okay.
No, I think the sisters kind of fucked him pretty good. Got him out of the rom-com thing. The next one is Bon Jovi.
No, I think that'd be too tough. But go ahead.
Really?
I'm ready for it. Yeah.
Who are you on this show that you don't know?
Bon Jovi is kind of like it's like a quick corny thing. It's like when I say Jonas Brothers. I'm not like obsessed, but I would choose to go to a Bon Jovi concert probably over something else because it's more of just like a party you know, the party songs, wedding songs type shit. So whatever. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So this is like what song is his lyric from?
Go for it.
Okay. Like a dog without a bone, I was a gypsy lost in the twilight zone.
I was a gypsy lost in the time. That's not Bed of Roses, right? I was a gypsy lost in the twilight zone. That's not the one. That's not the one with the country girl, is it? Who says you can't go home? Yeah. Who says you can't go home?
That's correct.
All right, there we go. Yeah, that was okay. Yeah.
1 for 2. 1 for
Yeah,
2.
see, even those lyrics, like they just, you can sing it, but it just starts to confuse my brain when I'm starting to think of it. How would I fucking thought that was Bed of Roses? Pathetic. Go ahead.
Third category is the Boston Bruins.
Yeah, that'd be too tough. I don't have the memory of it, and I realistically, I'm just such a fair weather fan, probably since 2013, that it's very tough. But go ahead, ask the question.
This question does fall in. So on February 7th, 2013, the Bruins traded goalie Tim Thomas to this team for a conditional second-round pick, although he never appeared in any games for them.
I know. That's a great question. And
that's a good question. When I thought of this, I'm
so mad at myself.
This is a good question. You're thinking of the team that just won the cup, aren't you?
I am.
That's not them.
Yeah, he did not. No, Blackhawks. Fuck. Is it a team in the West?
Do you want a hint? It's not a team in the West.
No, they didn't send him to the Sabres. Yeah, because he never played. Give me a fucking answer. I don't even know.
New York Islanders.
Fuck me.
New York Islanders.
That's a great. By the way, that's a great question. That's just like that was legit like a good trivia question.
Yeah, because people don't know he was traded to the New York Islanders.
I don't really like that he's like kind of. Did you and I have this conversation that he was in like Mansfield or Easton doing a trading card signing? I liked him when he was in the bunker. Like I just liked that aura of him disappearing. And now he was present. I think it was because of the Bruins 100 or whatever year.
Yeah,
I forget. But
no, I think I went to that card show. I didn't see him there though. I have no nostalgia for the Bruins or anything like that. But I like going to Bruins games. I went to a couple of Bruins games when they were playing the Panthers last year. I went to Game 7 and Game.
Yeah, you went on like a Bruins playoff hockey run, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to Game 7 and I think it was Game 5 maybe.
Yeah.
But I just like going to that whenever they score a goal. I just turn around to someone. And I go, Tim Thomas ain't walking through that fucking door, kid.
That was a moment where I think I realized I'm probably a fake sports fan. Was the 2013 Cup final?
Yeah,
because it wasn't Game 7, right? It was Game 6 in Boston, and I was sitting in a seat. I was fortunate enough to be there. I guess fortunate. Well, not really. And I was leaning over where they roll out the Stanley Cup onto the ice, and I just looked over and they were rolling it out obviously for the Blackhawks, and I was mad, but I wasn't like, I don't know, I'm still obviously I was an adult at that point in time. I wasn't like overly upset, you know what I'm saying? And that's where I kind of realized like I guess I don't really care that much. I'm just an awful sports fan.
I'm like a fake hockey fan. I used to root for the Sabres because of Mr. Guptill, but we fell off. You know, I was a big Jack Eichel, Sam Reinhart fan.
Right.
We traded them away. They're both Stanley
Wouldn't
Cup
have been the
champions
worst
now.
thing in the world for Mr. Guptill or Guptill?
Guptill
to reach out to you after some of the moments you've had the last couple of months, no?
Maybe. I don't know. It's not his job.
Would have been a classy move, wouldn't it?
He teaches math. Did I ever tell you like I had this bit I would do in high school that for like my science teacher, I would write whenever you know like you have to put like your name and date on the top.
Yes.
I would write for date. I would put like I'm underage. You can't be asking me out on dates and stuff like that.
That doesn't sound like you at all.
Yeah, I kept all my old like binders and stuff from high school. I still have them.
Oh,
no big deal. You can see my hundreds I got Mr. Guptill's class. And so anyway, the last category I thought of, I thought of this right before the show, is not another teen movie.
Okay, this could be. I could get this.
Okay, so in the scene where Catherine is introduced, she says that whenever she tells a guy they can stick it wherever they want, they always choose her ass. What does she say she always does afterwards?
I see the scene.
Because Chris Evans says that's too much information, and she goes, no, too much information would be this is what I do afterwards.
Doesn't she say something about shitting on her chest? Shit. Fuck me. I see the scene. It's like I don't know. I don't remember. What did she say?
Is that your? Are you
Yeah,
just
it's
giving
our
up?
fucking final answer. It's something about.
Yes. She takes it. She always takes a huge dump
He
on their
always
chest.
takes it's something along those lines. Right.
Yes.
That is the most underrated comedy of all time, by the way.
Yeah, I watched that scene today. It was very, very funny.
I watched it today. That's
well
great.
because I looked it up because I wanted to find a question. I thought you'd be good. So you went
Right.
two for two.
I'll take that. For me, that's pretty good with my memory.
Disappointed you didn't get the Tim Thomas question right.
Right.
But,
For me, that's pretty decent. So, back to kind of Barstool related topics. I saw that tweet from Portnoy. I think he sent it during the dozen match last night. That basically said,
from
if
Nate,
there's
replying to Nate.
Was it replying to Nate? Like
Yes,
anything
so,
that they choose not to air or something like that?
Yeah, so Nate says like the real fight will be like when the content people who are drunk, fucking, fighting, doing all this stuff, and the sober social media, like who gets to decide what gets posted? Like if
that's wild.
Caddick, because I don't know. I saw those clips after yesterday of Caddick like screaming at that girl, like,
yeah,
I'm gonna rub my head on your clit, and then like his pants were just like down. And it was like, this is gonna be fucking wild.
There's some legal paperwork involved with this program, right? Like this is just
definitely.
This is gonna be a crazy one. It's gonna be interesting because it just based on what Dave was saying on Unnamed yesterday.
Yep.
It seems like there's not like a set formula yet for the show, so it seems like everything's gonna be real through social media in real time, and then they'll kind of do a best of after. So how that all plays out is actually going to be really like interesting to watch, legitimately interesting to watch.
So Nate said like, who decides? Like that's going to be like the real drama. Like afterwards, like, oh, this actually happened. We couldn't post it. And Dave responded. He said, if anyone like says like you can't post this, like you're off the show and like possibly fired. And I think that's probably the right thing to do.
Right. No, I agree with you. Do you think it's a coincidence that we're able to do longer producer shows when Mike Geary is not a part of the program? Is that just a coincidence?
Some of the comments saying, I don't know, we just had a bunch to talk about yesterday. We just go with the flow. It could be 2 minutes. It could be we're gonna do a producer show.
I agree with you.
It's gonna be 4 fucking hours. We're gonna be bam. We're gonna look down at their watch. We're gonna say, oh, it's been 4 hours. I thought it's been 20 minutes. That's how
I agree with you. Do we have any set scheduling updates for next week? In terms of, we know obviously the Ryder Cup starts on Tuesday is when the filming starts, I believe.
I believe so. I'm not sure. It's up to Kirk on that. So I know obviously the dozen Thursday night.
Yep.
And then just keep an eye out for that.
Yep.
The other thing I wanted to talk about the dozen is so obviously Frank and the Frankettes lost to Ziti, and it all came down to that one double that Frank and the Frankettes did on the geography questions where KB missed. And I don't know, like he's normally like such a lock for the geography stuff where it was so like surprising. And then the other team, Ziti, was able to steal it. And that was if KB got that right, it's 12-2 the other way.
Right. So, did I miss anything? Did anything happen with Jeff and Frank that was public before that match? I know they made up somewhere in between, it seems. But Frank still looked like fucking miserable during the taping of that match. Like just
miserable. I think he kind of laid off of it a little bit, but like it was funny like beforehand where hearing Jeff being like you should quit.
That was great. Keep up the
it is good to hear that from him, and obviously in the end they made up. He's not going to quit. He'll be back for season 6.
Right. So right. Okay.
Let's see. Oh, we saw Matt from Providence. Shout out Matt from Providence.
Yes,
just had his second kid.
Congratulations.
That's awesome.
Yep. That's good. By the way, that's good timing because what's practice? You'll probably start practicing in a week leading up to the game. Is that fair? Somewhere in that range you're going to, or no? Are you starting to practice earlier?
We might be starting to practice pretty early.
Oh, okay.
We might have some things going.
Yeah, like 30 days. That's enough time to like get your mind, like obviously enjoy these moments, but then you got to get your mind right. There's a mission ahead, Matt from Providence, and he's the type of guy that he's going to figure out how to finagle the two responsibilities.
Mm-hmm. So shout out him for that.
What did we watch the other day, or what did we see that looked like it was Matt from Providence? It was a video that looked like it was Matt from Providence. Didn't we see something? It sounded like him.
Wasn't it just like it was probably someone talking on like about the Karen Reed stuff?
Oh, I don't remember that.
Who like so to circle back around to Karen Reed, and we talked about it yesterday. I kind of hate how all these jurors now are like can like come out and be like, oh, I'm going to answer questions and do this, and I'm going to write a book. It's like I feel like you should have to like sign something that says like if you're a juror, you can't go public until like 5 years after the thing. Like, and I understand like why
They just put them. By the way, they just put themselves in such a bad position because the case was so fractured that everyone heard that one side is going to shit on the other no matter what. So like these guys, if you're going to go talk to TMZ, just get prepared. Like your life is going to be ruined. Realistically,
So
like they're going to
I
criticize
feel like
every
there should
word
be
you
some
say.
sort of moratorium. I don't even know if
Yeah,
that's the right word.
yeah.
On
There was a
on
woman I saw just before. I think I saw this morning. Like she came out. She's talked to every media outlet. Her Twitter bio was like true
hashtag
crime.
Free Palestine. True
Oh, was
crime
that
junkie.
true crime junkie? You're a true crime junkie in your profile, and you didn't know about the Karen Reed case. My gut, just because I don't know that much about her specific situation, I would hope like, did she create that account after, or has she been a true crime junkie before she? Like, how
Yeah,
would they ever allow her on the jury at that point?
it's just
It's
nuts
both
and
sides'
like
fault, but it's crazy.
yeah. So I
Yeah,
don't know. I just
yeah.
feel like I don't know. That seems like it would be the most miserable thing in the world to be a juror too. Have you ever done jury duty?
I have not. No,
You've never even like gone or been selected?
I've gone, and then they booted me. But
Oh,
that's
okay.
I've never. Yeah, yeah. Obviously, I've never sat, but
I've
yeah,
gone 3 times. They boot me every single time,
yeah,
but I have to go all the way to beautiful Fall River,
yep.
and they boot me 3 times because my dad's a cop, and
Where did
so
I go? I think I went to Rentham. I think.
no. So I'm trying to think. Um,
Oh, I had a question for you. There was an article yesterday that was saying Netflix wants to launch their own version of Pat McAfee's show. So basically, ESPN, however that does in ratings, but apparently Netflix does. You think there's any chance that Netflix is placing a call to Barstool Sports for Part of My Take to do a daily show?
oh, that could I could see that.
Number one sports podcast in the world, right?
I could see that would make sense. I could see them. I could see them going like another way with like some sort of. I'm trying to think of who like in the sports world
Like who's
is.
this kind of like trendy but not super megastar guy that they can blow up on their own so they can brag about it
Yeah,
kind of
or
thing?
just like who's like a kind of like who just sucks.
Yeah.
Like I could see them getting like isn't what's his name still a free agent?
Who's that?
Uh the Dallas Cowboy fan there. He was on Stephen A. Smith for a while.
Oh, they can't do Skip Bayless. I wouldn't think that doesn't feel like a Netflix move. Netflix
Yeah.
feels like it kind of makes sense that they chose like John Mulaney to do a late night show versus anybody else. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
something about him makes sense for Netflix. I don't know.
I mean, Netflix has been like hot recently and like in choosing like the right things. Like I think Tires is really good, and I think
Yeah,
like what they did to like Tim Dillon. So
true.
maybe like hopefully they go the same. I could see possibly some sort of, but would then part of my take become like an everyday thing where it's like live from like 10 to.
That's what the article made it seem like they want that type of version. Well, if they
Did
want
it
that
mention part of my
volume,
take or?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think it was more just about their interest in getting into that market, live sports talk, stuff like that. So
Mhm.
who knows if they even go through with it or not. I read some articles a couple weeks ago that maybe WWE, which is on weekly for them with live sports, isn't doing that well. But
Well, also isn't Pat McAfee? Does he still do WWE or no?
yeah, he's on there. Yep. It wouldn't have surprised me at all if his contract, if he had some kind of out and then they tried to grab him there, then it would make sense. But I don't know. So
Yeah. Let's see. You see this Adrian Peterson in a poker fight? You ever been in a fight like that?
no, I've never been in a fight in my life.
You're not a poker guy?
No, I'm not a poker guy. I'd get the
No,
shit kicked out of me.
I played poker once and I lost like $400 in
Oh, really?
like an hour. Yeah, though they just ate me up. I sat down, I won like $100. Like this is awesome. And I just
Yeah.
got
Is online poker still a big thing? That was a huge thing when I was a freshman in college. I remember all these
it
people.
was never a big thing
No.
for like me, but I see some clips and stuff of some people still doing it.
Yeah.
Billboard came out with their like top 100 R&B singers, and I think the top 10 list is kind of strange. Marvin Gaye, number 10, great singer.
Yep, legendary.
R. Kelly, number 9, who I think like if you're like,
why do it? Like, why even put him? I mean, I get judge the art. Sorry, I was wrong.
Judging the art, he's number 1. I think. Just
you think R. Kelly? You think R. Kelly's the number 1 R&B singer of all time? If you're just judging the art?
Yes, I do. I think like what just R&B, because these people like Mariah Carey, is she R&B? She's number 8
versus just pop, traditional pop.
Well, just as R&B, like I don't consider her like I don't think All I Want for Christmas Is You, which is their most popular song.
I think I would blend it. Like I would probably say that Whitney Houston is the number 1 R&B artist of all time.
Well, she's number 8.
I know.
Would you say Prince is an R&B artist?
He has the R&B feel. Yeah, Yeah, I would say Prince is a really tough one, I think, but I don't. Yeah,
James Brown, number 6.
yeah. These categories are they're difficult, but yeah. Who was number one again? You say?
Number 6, James Brown. Number 5, Whitney Houston. Number
Yep.
4, Beyonce. I mean, like you think Beyonce's R&B? Dave, you're gonna sit there with a straight face in that green room and tell me that Beyonce is R&B?
What was she singing with Miley Cyrus? By the way, Miley Cyrus came on stage with her at her tour. Did you see that video?
No, I did not.
No, I would have thought they would have done some kind of cover, but I didn't know the song they were singing.
I think they were singing "Ordinary Girl" by Hannah Montana. Did you see Miley Cyrus just got all of her masters back?
I did.
Yep. "Ordinary Girl," great song. Number 3, Michael Jackson. I mean, we're gonna put the king of pop as an R&B. I mean, like I get it, he does have some R&B, but like,
David, I feel like this is a tough one.
What are we doing?
Anywhere where like Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston are in some kind of set category, I feel like it's a debate of 1 and 2. Those are the best voices I think I've ever heard. Right there, those two.
Yep. Number 2, Aretha. Oh, I can't say it. Aretha. You should have.
You almost said Aretha. Yep.
Because Aretha. That's literally how I.
Yeah.
That's how I spelled it. Aretha.
Aretha Franklin. Yes.
Aretha, not Aretha Franklin. She's great, obviously.
Yep.
Fun fact: in my household, you know who loved Aretha Franklin?
Bill Trudell?
No, Bill Trudell's mother.
Oh.
Yes. Mammy. Yes.
Mammy.
Loved Aretha
Rest
Franklin.
In peace, Mammy. Yep.
Rest in peace. Very sad. And number 1 is Stevie Wonder.
Oh, I love Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder is probably one of the only times where I ever just had an artist where just put the best of on and just let it ride. And I let that ride for like 6 months and never change it. Just put that best of whatever was on Spotify and just let that roll. Just unbelievable. Stevie Wonder's the greatest. I fucking love Stevie Wonder. I'll never argue against that.
People are saying Kevin Bristol says the queef of R&B, Urethra Franklin.
Urethra. Oh, God.
But I don't know if you saw anything else. It's the 50th anniversary of Jaws. People, I didn't realize. I looked it up today. That made so much money. That made 463. It was the highest grossing movie like ever.
Right.
And until Star Wars came around a couple of years later.
Is that re-released this weekend? Is that what's going on?
I'm sure it is. But I saw like Rico did a post about it. You ever see Jaws? I've never seen it. And people are going to be like,
I saw it years and years ago, but I'm not into those types of movies. It's just not
into the scary movies.
Yeah, I don't like scary. And by the way, I hate that ride at it's at Universal, right? Jaws.
I think it was shut down when I just went there.
Oh, you're just in like some stupid boat, and then you just feel heat come at you, kind of. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, really? It's probably one of the older ones.
Yeah, I didn't love that ride. No, nothing Minifan related. I saw, like, we always talk about Katie Nolan shit on Kirk a few months ago. She just came out and defended Pablo Torre and the Bill Simmons thing. I think it was Red from Maine who I saw his tweet as well, because it was the first thought that hit me. That happened like 2 weeks ago, and for her to be defending him now is borderline meaningless because nobody's really talking about Bill Belichick anymore. Right before we came on, I saw the Mutt Stack was released. I haven't got a chance to read through it.
Let's see what the top story is.
I did listen to the beginning of a podcast with Mutt on it. He was on with that guy Andrew Callahan, and he was giving some hot Patriots takes on that podcast. Yeah. So we got to read through that. Got to listen through that. But
he's talking about dirt in his yard. I like this. I like grass. Do you mow your own lawn, Dave?
I do. Yeah, of course. Yep.
I haven't mowed a lawn in a while. It's a shameful thing.
Though I have been looking into those the cost of those automatic mowers. You know what I mean? Like the Roomba of lawn mowing. Yeah, I've been looking into that.
That's disgusting.
Price is a little too high right now.
That's
but
disgusting. Do you have a ride-on mower or a push mower?
A push mower. Yeah. I don't have enough land to be doing the ride-on mower.
Yeah,
so, but I don't love pushing it. And mine's an older mower. It's heavy.
Bubba used to have a ride-on mower, but now he pays like a landscape. It's embarrassing for me to even say this, that like I think my grandfather pays to have someone mow his lawn while I'm working while I'm living there. I don't know if you believe me or not, but I begged him to not do this and let me continue to mow the lawn.
What's the going rate for that these days? $40 a cut?
No,
depends how much.
It's more than that because they come and blow it and they seed it and they do everything for it.
Yeah.
So I'm not exactly sure, but I begged him, and then my dad got the ride-on mower, so he cuts his lawn now. So I'm without a lawn until Mike Geary moves to Western Mass, and I can mow his lawn. And he also said too that like when he first moves in, he's not going to have a lawn yet because you got to seed it in the spring or fall. So he's not going to
he's building. Yeah, he's a builder now.
So it's just absolutely brutal.
Yeah, I hear you.
Bub thinks Justin's too fruity to cut his grass. That's not true.
No, I can understand you loving it, but didn't you say you like didn't you say that on the show? You tried to say like I'm a big cut my own grass guy, but you do the ride on, which just isn't really
I'll do
fair.
either. I'll do either. Like
really
if I'm doing a ride on, I'll have a beer cracked, and it's just, and also because I like to pretend like I'm Hank Hill. Oh, we'll talk. Have you seen well, I'll get back to this, but I like to pretend like I'm Hank Hill drinking a beer, riding a thing. But the thing with a ride on lawnmower is, I don't know if you know this, but it vibrates more than a fucking
it does
vibrator.
Yeah.
So if you put it down, it was just, and it like gets all decarbonated, and it's not great.
I'll say this: I had a summer job landscaping, and I had to use one of those ones that you stand on, but you're like you have the control, so
it's kind of like a Segway sort of thing.
Yeah, but I couldn't really do it because my hands aren't big enough that I couldn't stretch out to grab. You gotta have big hands for that shit, and they would always fucking hurt like hell at the end of the day too. So, but I do like the size of it. Like I like the look of cut grass with the size of those mowers versus the little ones.
Nothing better than the smell of cut grass too.
Yeah, you're right about
that. Have you seen? Were you a King of the Hill guy at all?
No.
I'm a big King of the Hill guy. I got really into it during COVID. So they're reviving it, and like Bobby's older now, and they just released one clip where they're at like the George Bush museum, or what's it's not called a museum, it's called Presidential Library, and they're going through it. It looks too clean. It looks like, I don't like the animation. It's I don't know. I'll give it a shot, but I'm worried about it. So
all right.
I don't know. I'm a big King of the Hill guy.
Okay.
I like propane. I like cooking with propane. That's honestly like one of my bits.
So I was forced to be the guy. I'm not a big grill guy because I'm just not good at it. I don't think anyone would expect me to be.
R.I.P. John Redcorn. That's right.
But we had who are R.I.P.
The actor who played John Redcorn was murdered. We talked about it on the show.
Oh, that's right.
The Native American gentleman.
I had to run the grill. I had to run the grill on Father's Day.
Okay.
I don't necessarily think I did it well. Nobody complained. Everyone was fine. I didn't have fun doing it. But you do realize how just easy and efficient it is in the summertime. So I've started now. Like last summer, I don't think I used my grill once. I never did. And now that I was forced to do it on Father's Day, I did it again last night. So I think there's a chance this summer I could be a grill guy in training.
Are you I'm assuming you're propane, not charcoal.
Oh yeah. Propane.
Yeah. How many burners?
4. Right? 4? Yeah, 4 individual things. Yeah.
What were you cooking? Just burgers?
Which my igniter thing won't work, so I have to manually ignite it in the fire. It's risky.
So, I can take a look at that. Sometimes all you need to do is switch out. There's like a battery.
Oh, I know.
And all you just have to do is pop a new battery in.
I popped a new battery and it didn't work.
Really?
So, yeah, and I don't want to order. I don't want to order the part to fix it.
Yeah, those igniters are always like the first to go. Is it like a Weber grill? Is it like a good grill?
It's a decent grill. I forget the brand, but it's a decent one. Got it a couple years ago, maybe. So it's not bad. Not bad at all. Kathy just got we got her for Mother's Day. I think it was Mother's Day, a pizza oven. So that's our big Sunday plan because we don't have Sunday breakfasts anymore. I don't know if you want to call that breaking news. We can call it that. We haven't had Sunday breakfasts in a month. And we won't have it
in a month. Was it planned, or was it just kind of like people like drifted apart? That's
planned. Chase is doing Sunday hockey now.
How do you know you're in the good times until the good times are over?
But there is a light at the end of the tunnel, which is this Sunday. We are testing her new pizza oven, one of those like you make your own small little pizza things or whatever. We got her what looks like a good one because it was expensive as shit, and she just bought a nice table for outside. So that'll be the Sunday test. And if that is effective and it goes well, I think we can transition from Sunday breakfast to Sunday afternoon pizza, which I think is a great play. Okay. That's the goal.
And that's outside, right? Because those things get hot as fuck.
Yeah, that's outside.
Okay.
Yeah. I think some of them can be inside, but that one's staying outside. For sure.
No. Okay. Yeah. Well, that about does it for me.
It's obviously with Kirk not here, light on the Minifan related stuff. Again, congratulations, Matt from Providence. We'll keep you updated on what the show progress is for next week. Obviously, Ryder Cup going on. Besides that, again, I cannot tell you enough. I will say this, and it's not even to do a plug for Jeff D. Lowe or Barstool, the company. It's just the fact of if you are a Minifan and can get your ass to unique events that involve Kirk Minahan, they never disappoint. And they always will end up being somehow in kind of like your top 10 related Minifan stuff when you look back on all this shit. So if you can get to the dozen, I'm just telling you, be there. And I don't know if you know this, Justin, but I wasn't here last year with the show. Before that, I was, and Kirk won everything. I am here now. I will be there on Thursday night. I am expecting, obviously, what everyone is expecting. Team Minahan will be champions of the dozen. Once
I hope so.
We are back to our winning ways.
I hope so.
Yeah.
And also shout out Jeff. This past week was like, obviously you could tell like he was super stressed.
Yep.
And I think it went like so smoothly from like a production aspect,
right?
Where like nothing, there was no giant fuck ups.
I agree, and great hate for Frank Fleming, which was fantastic to watch. I enjoyed watching that. So.
David Maryland does say buying a pizza oven so your mother can make you pizza every Sunday is an A+ move.
Well, first of all,
it's like a long-term investment.
Yeah, but I'm going to make the pizza.
Oh, so you'll still bring the ingredients over?
Yeah, I'll bring the dough. And then I've never been able to figure out how to make my own dough the appropriate way. Yes, I've watched some Instagram videos of some certain pizza influencers, and I just haven't been able to pull it off. So I will buy the dough at a store and bring the other ingredients as well, and I will be making the pizza, but utilizing her oven. So yes, it was a de facto me basically buying myself my own pizza oven, subsidized by some of the other Cullinane siblings.
If you don't mind me asking, because I have seen them go for like $600.
Yeah, I want to say it was $600 or $700.
Jesus,
so I think we all put in somewhere over $100 for this bad boy. But you also got to get the you got to get like the huge ass spatula, which is that's gonna be a great feeling for me to finally use one of those. I'm really looking forward to that first and foremost. The thing I don't like about these things is it does seem like you have to overly use flour, which just changes the taste of the crust on the bottom.
It does.
So I'm not in love with that, but I'm going to fine tune it over time, I think. So
because otherwise you could get like a pan and you would like grease it.
Which you would do normally with like store-bought pizza and stuff. Yeah, with your oven or whatever. But yeah, I think because you gotta get it on that thing and then put it in the pizza. Yeah, it's going to be difficult. I'm interested to see how it plays out, but we'll fine tune it over time.
Why is David and Maryland saying ask Cullinane where the Olsen twins DVDs?
Oh the thing is gone. Well, a majority of the stuff that I used to have up there is gone.
Oh, did you see, speaking of David Maryland, his tweet the other day where Barstool tweeted out that bouncy like bar?
Oh yes, I did.
The inflatable bar. That thing looks awesome, huh?
It does look awesome. I've seen those for years. Again, I still don't know how they're printed. I would have hoped Mike could have got me an answer by now, but he has not done so.
I tried looking that up, and I just think they just print like the different pieces, and they just like kind of not staple
they just
together.
All stay together. It's all usually like one. Well, I know some of them have the multiple. Like some pool floats have the multiple things where you
stitches, almost sort of thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's amazing technology when you start to think about it. But yeah, that's that. All right, my friend. Anything
20
else?
minutes behind, are they discussing the trade Frank the Tank to the Gruden Grinders for Blutman, officially announced on Twitter? Is that true?
While we were live, we could have broke news.
If that's true. Let me see. The dozen trivia. Yeah, this is massive trade. Yeah, apparently on Frankettes have traded Frank to the Grinders for Blutman. That's a good trade for both people, I think.
Not a bad trade at all. Wow.
So
okay, so that'll be effective next year. Great trade all around.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Let's hope Kirk is going to pull this out. It's going to be tough.
I agree. All right, my friend.
Yeah. People didn't say it was easy. Okay. Bye.
Bye.